This call is now being recorded.
Okay, sir, we shall begin. Okay, a very good morning to everyone and welcome back to another episode of Hashtag Back to College. I am Abdiali Chittalwala and this is my colleague Akash Gogoi and we are your hosts for today's show. We thank you all for joining us today and I hope it benefits you all in every way possible. Before we introduce our guest, I would like to say a few words about the motive and the reason why we started this show. As we all know, hashtag Back to College series is an initiative started by the cadets of IMU-Mumbai Port Campus under the guidance of Mr. Shashank Bani sir to invite eminent personalities of the marine field who are part of this beautiful campus. Our main objective is to build an alumni base for the Mumbai Port Campus and give our cadets an exposure to different facets of professional life, particularly as a mariner. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let us now introduce you all to our guest of honor, for whom we all have been waiting for so eagerly, Captain Rajeev Goyal.
Captain Rajeev Goyal started his seagoing career in 1987 as a young 18-year-old cadet on oil tankers. And after completion of his rigorous training, he joined Anglo-Eastern Shipmanagement on gas carriers, which were owned by Exmar. Rising up the ladder, Captain Goyal got the command of a vessel and became captain when he was less than 30 years of age. One of the youngest in the fleet and company on gas carriers, transporting LPG and LNG all over the world. He was instrumental in taking out the first ship of the series from the yards around the world and setting it up to company standards. After a 33-year of wonderful and memorable stint at sea, of which 22 years were spent in command of various gas carriers, including some of the largest and most modern ships. Captain Goyal has set an example of loyalty and integrity towards Exmar, as he has been an integrated part of the company since 1992. He was chosen by the company to take over as managing director of their Indian office, looking after various interests in expansion. New buildings of ships, adding new ships to their fleet, and manning them for other owners, and have about 400 seafarers joining from India under his management. We are happy to say that Captain Goyal has very old relation with LBS College and DMET. He completed all his post-sea courses from second mate to masters from LBS College and hence has a lot of memories associated with this campus. We are very delighted to have you, sir. Now, I'd like to request our director, Sir Rear Admiral Samir Saran Lal, sir, to welcome our honorable guest.
Namaskar, sir, and once again, hearty welcome. Because of the pandemic, we are meeting online. Otherwise, if the situation improves, it will be our honor and pleasure to welcome you to the campus. In 2008, Indian Maritime University was formed, and unfortunately, the identity of LBS, Chanakya, and MERI were merged into, identity was lost, and now it is all Indian Maritime University. And our campus has MERI, Mumbai, and LBS. Sir, before I hand over the mic, hand over the stage to you, I would request the host to show you a small fling of what we do in the campus, what changes we have got in the recent past, just for you to relive the memory. Thank you very much for your time, sir. And over to Gogoi and Chitwala.
Okay, so Jason, if you may please start the video. So, sir, that was the virtual tour of our campus. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it
Oh,
brought back a few memories. So can you hear me?
Sir,
yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir. We
Definitely.
can hear you loud and clear, sir. Now, all over to you, sir. You can share your experiences, and after that, if you can permit our cadets to ask their doubts and certain queries, we will be grateful, sir.
Thank
Well,
you.
sure. Well, good morning to you all. And it is a great pleasure, of course, and an honor to be here. And of course, privileged to be the future, to interact with the future of shipping fraternity, which I see all the young cadets around. I thank Rear Admiral Samir Lal and Shashank for inviting me. And to be frank, it is me who has to learn so much from you youngsters who have the same zest and the dreams in their vision with which I started my seagoing career quite some time back, let's say 33 years back. Uh, Today, I'm supposed to be speaking about my experiences. I would rather prefer to be interactive, but that's going to be for later on. I still have to give you some inputs, a few things customary, I guess, but we will go on that. So when I say I started my career as an 18-year-old, it is not an age to spend with a chipping hammer in hand, clad in a dirty boiler suit, but with dreams bigger than the tallest buildings and deeper than the deepest ocean. I guess it is just a stepping stone towards success. It is slow, but it's a steady moving towards your goals. And I would like to give you a small input to you all youngsters about how I assume success, what it should be. I would rather be more interactive with you guys in the end, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. That without a dream, without that vision, and without that determination, no one becomes successful. Not to mention the long hours, months away from your near and dear ones, and the hard work, which is the basic foundation of you being what you want to be. Nothing is more important as passion. No matter what you do in life, you have to be passionate about things. And you're not going to get very far in life based on what you already know. When I say what you already know, means what you already know as a student now in the campus. You're going to advance in life by what you're going to be learning after you leave from here is the most important thing. You have left, but the practical life already ready for that. Came here with the same way, and you won't all achieve success the same way. But because you have shaped your path to join C in a way that is uniquely and undeniably yours, I'm pretty confident that each one of you will continue to ride the wave of success and opportunities. Again, I say, comparing yourself to other success only slows you down from finding your own. Success is a milestone efforts. It is a journey of failures for me, and it is never static or one spot destination. You guys are going to be successful for sure. That's 100% for sure, because you have the vision, you have the training, you have the right aptitude. And success will kiss the feet of those who are diligent and hard worker. We all say that merchant navy is all about adventure. Life is an adventure. Therefore, take risks in life, because no one possesses audacity of facing fears and risk better than the sailors who become more successful in life not by facing the life of a stagnant water, but by facing stormy seas. Life is not smooth always. It is a curved path of turbulence and trauma on the way to leading you to become. I will relate to you by few things what I can see as a young cadet with you in the same vision. That when I started off from LBS, the memories of which just gotten fresh, the entry, the canteen, the swimming pool, the lifeboat stations, everything came up so fresh. We all had the same dreams when we were all young cadets. I passed out from TS Jawahar, of course, it was not Chanakya, but the same dream, same everything, which wanted us to go out at sea. The satisfaction and happiness with what we came around, and the feeling what we had while we joined sea was totally different. I don't want to give. I don't think that I can motivate you enough. By you already being here, you are motivated, which is good thing for you. You have gone through a lot of exercise, a lot of pain, but remember that the parents who sacrifice their desires and wishes to make you successful are the real owner of your success. Never forget that. The success is what we achieve, we owe to our parents. Always remember that. Who dedicate their whole life in making our future bright. One who loses the essence of humanity after success is not called a successful person for me. A successful person is one who remains grounded and fully satisfied and always acknowledges the contribution of your parents, your seniors, your teachers, your colleagues, your friends in what you are today. And that is most important. You can hear a lot of things about success, everyone being successful, but behind all the success stories, there are a lot of pains, a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of things which we have lost. When you go out at was the only sole whole criteria that okay, it's an adventurous job, we're going for it. Yes, it is. Provided that you put in that amount of hard work in your initial life. No one becomes a chief engineer or a captain in any profession. Anyone can become anything, but in this profession, everyone has to go through that rut. Without that, you will not be able to find your success. You will not be able to taste success because you have gone through each and every part of the department, starting from cleaning the floors to fixing up things to doing whatever it is. Take it as a positive stride. It may sound a little strange coming from me that I'm telling you to take it positively because initially you will be in a shock, a culture shock. Your adventure bubble is going to burst. all what you thought about the glossy life is going to come to a standstill, but do not lose hope. Passion, determination, and do not lose hope. Everyone has to go through this. It is a necessary part of your training. Take it as in a very positive note and you will be successful. Remember that we are social people. We like people to interact with us. So on ships, whenever you go, wherever you go, interact with people. You're one of the lucky few who get an opportunity to see the world and as well as to interact with different cultures, to know about different people. Nowadays, most of the ships have got multi-cultures, which is amazing. You get to learn so much from people. I've been sailing with almost 6 to 7 nationality on a board for 33 years. But once about which will not be taught in the textbook, which is not taught inside this premises, is absolutely rocking. Well, no issues on that. It happens. So as I was telling you guys that you will be faced to the hardship of life many a times, and you will have this faint desire to quit. Don't do that. You are not here to quit. You are survivors. You have all survived till now to become what you are, and you are going to be doing it all your life. I'll tell you a very small incident. I was first year cadet in Japan. The ship has just came into a dry dock, and we had a massive explosion. If you go back to the news, you will be able to read all about it. It was a Great Eastern ship. And we lost 16 Japanese people roasted inside the bilge. How a country works. As a young cadet, there were a lot of things I did not know, a lot of things I could do without even knowing the repercussions of it, going into places, shutting off this, shutting off that, without thinking of my life, or maybe I did not know much at that time that what could hamper me. So for that, Japanese were very kind enough to give me a lifetime kind of a citizenship award. Whenever I want to pick it up, I can do that because I could save few lives. But what I want to tell you is that I attended the funeral of those 16 Japanese, and you will not believe me, they were young, very young people who got married as 1 month or 1 week back. But there was not a there was not a cry, there was not a commotion, there was not a blame thing, no blame culture. Everyone came, did their job, and accepted that it is a part of life, what they have accepted to be accident. This is very important to see how
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir, but we are not able to hear you. Maybe some network issue at your end, probably, sir. The voice is lagging.
Can I switch off my video? Okay, let me try to switch off my video if I can. See if I can do that.
Sir.
Maybe that will help. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better, sir. It's better.
It's better. Maybe I have to come closer to the mic. Yeah, it's better now.
Your video is still on, sir. It's on,
No, I'll leave the video on. I'll leave the video on. If it is better, then there's no point. Okay.
Sure, sir.
But I was telling you about this German story. Incidentally, in Atlantic, we received a distress call, and this was from a German who was a IT expert, and we managed to pick him up in the night. Very stormy night. A lot of stories went by, and we could manage to pick it up. We received a president's award for this and all those things, but that is besides the point. The point is, when I picked it up, I've never seen a 6 foot tall guy, as tall as broad as he could be, about 45-year-old, weeping like a child because he got his second life. Can you beat it? I'm saying, here you are in the middle of an ocean. You're supposed to be a tough sailor. He's in Atlantic on a single boat, crashed, whatever happened, and then here you are. You pick up a guy and you see him, how precious a life could be and how lucky you are that you could save one. This is something of a rare opportunity, something of a rare emotions. So I say emotions play a very important part a very, very important part in whatever you do. You're between your colleagues, between your seniors, between your juniors. It is all about emotions. It is all what you're supposed to do with passion, with compassionate, and you will rise high. This, I have no doubt about it, that as you go by, you will really rise high. Things are going to be always working for you the way I see it. I've seen a lot of young cadets coming, making it very big in life. And the beauty of it, remembering their roots. You have to be grounded. If you're not grounded, ground is going to slip very soon. Maybe not today, but tomorrow for sure. Being grounded, being compassionate, being polite, being respectful to you is all what is expected out of you. And you will do it. You must understand that Indian sailors are one of the best in the world. Not because of anything else, but because we have the education, we have the culture, we have the manners, and we know how to treat people. This is a very, very major contribution. We are the biggest suppliers all over the world in terms of officers. Why? It's because of our capabilities. You all are looked upon. You are the future of shipping. One day, I'm definitely sure I probably will be meeting Abhidel or Akash somewhere down the lane. It'll be a pleasure. It'll be a pleasure to see anyone there and appreciating how you have come from sitting and listening to me probably listening to you one day, which is going to be a pleasure, of course. I'm looking forward to that. So this is a cycle. Everyone rises to this. Like you, I also had a lot of dreams, and I'm very fortunate that most of them, I can say, dreams are always dreams. I always have, I still have, I would still like to do it. But you will be rewarded for your dreams. You all are trained for it. You have fantastic teachers.
Captain Rajeev, sir, good morning.
Yes, good.
I have a question for my cadets. Actually, they are asking, are you a brilliant student or we need to have a very intelligent student? You know, please put a light on that, because most of our students are average. I think only 4 or 5 are very intelligent. Like you see, they are in the conference room. So I consider them intelligent. Please, your message, sir.
Singh Saab, wonderful questions. We don't need intelligent people out at sea. We only need mediocre or below mediocre people, because we need to follow orders. All right.
Thank you so much. I hope that the four girls of first year in the auditorium will be very happy to know that you don't have to be very intelligent to be a successful mariner on board ship. Thank you, sir.
No, not at all, sir. Not at all. I can assure you of that. The reason mariner, I'm from the same old school of thoughts, but being intelligent is not a disadvantage. It is only helpful to you. But I guess everyone is intelligent in its own way. They have some beauty in them. They have some character. They have some kind of talent in them. So everyone is intelligent for me. IQ really does not matter. You can be having the best of an IQ, but if you are not able to perform, if you're not able to work hard, makes no sense. So I guess an average student is what we actually have to be. I was a below average student. My teacher still considers me outstanding because I was never in the class. So it's okay. So that's how it is. And I still believe it. Trust me on that. All the young cadets over there, if anyone is thinking that intelligence is a bar or a proportionate of you being successful, I don't think so. A guy who's selling a cup of tea or who's serving you out in the common dhabas out anywhere is far more intelligent than any one of us, because he knows what he's doing. It's a need which is driving him, correct? We all are driven by a need to do something better. Intelligence has no scope on that. Yes, it is a factor which is added advantage, a cherry on top, a champagne in a glass, but I think we can still make it with the good whiskey is also good for us. No issues. Yes?
That's a very good example, Captain Rajeev. Thank you so much for encouraging our students.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Let's not talk about me. I mean, say I don't know what to talk about me and how to motivate you, but I'm already sure that you guys are fully motivated. You have Rear Admiral Lal, you have Shashank. I've known him for a very long time, so all these guys are motivators. I really cannot input anything more than. But I'm more than happy to address if there is anything like Panjit Singh Saab have asked. Anything else? The students have anything? Let's be frank. Let's have an open discussion. It's more interactive. I want to speak. It's not a I'm saying there's so much of it. Trust me on that. Wonderfully, you guys are totally talented in all kinds of stuff. So let's hear your queries. Maybe I'm able to answer it. If I'm not able to answer it, I will find out the answer and I will post it up to you. And that's a promise. You will get it from me. Just to give you a small insight that we at Exmar are we have, and we only breathe gas. We only know gas. LPG and LNG has been our forte, but we are diversifying now. So I had been in contact with you, and we are more than happy that we have few of your cadets with us, and we are looking forward to take a few more in near future as and when the vacancies comes in. Because we know that you are well trained, you come from the same background, and you all have the same dreams. So we are all on the same platform. I can only give you a lift. Rest is all up to you. So let's hear something from you guys. Anyone? I'm open to any questions, please. And let's do that. Is that okay, Shashank?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cadets are really excited to ask many questions, and Abdeli and Akash, please channelize the question. And
thank you, sir. That was very enlightening. We already have questions coming from the cadets, so I'd like to ask them on their behalf. So first question is, so when you said that dirty boiler suits in the beginning and it was a shock, what was your vision? How did it work out for you, and how to handle things when they are not going according to your plan?
Correct. Excellent. As a when you're supposed to be in your strongest of dresses and everything. I had a foresight. This was just a stepping stone. I was told, I was guided, I was taught that this is just a stepping stone. Without getting into a dirty boiler suit, I will not know the importance of people in a dirty boiler suit. How they feel. In the bargain, the catch. In the bargain, I know you cannot bluff me later on that, okay, I did the work without dirtying my boiler suit when I know that it cannot be, it's not possible. So it's a vision. And I'm saying you take it positively. It's just a positivity of the things, how you handle it. Does that answer him?
Yes, sir, definitely it does. So the next question is that how to handle your fears and emotions on board, especially as a cadet?
So you have to have fears. How to handle it? Very simple way. Very simple way of handling is to face the situation. Take the bull by its horn. Face the situation. Do not run away. You must understand that after every dark night, there is a ray of light. Today, you are fearing for something, for whatever fears you have. You will always, every one of us has fears, but you have to wait for that silver lining, and it has to come up. So you have to take the bull by its horn. You have to face it. You have to accept it. that sometimes things are not going the way you plan it, but then this is life. It is cannot be planned hunky-dory the way you want it. So you have to face it, you have to move on. And out of every failure, there is something which you learn, there is something which teaches you. Try to pick up that thing and move on with pride.
Okay, can I add to Captain Rajeev's answer here, cadets, that even our Prime Minister Modi has fears, you know. So not only the cadets, you know. Modi, the first, you know, jo leher tha, the Corona leher was very good in our favor, but afterward you know, things got bad. And it doesn't mean that our Prime Minister Modi does not have fear, but he has to fight it. He went to Pune, he went to the Serum Institute, he motivated the scientists to grow and make more. So that is my add-on to Captain Rajeev. Thank you.
Perfect, sir. Thank you.
So, sir, we should be brave and bold. That's what I understand from your answer, right?
The brave and bold could be it has a wide scope, it's a broad spectrum words. You cannot be bold for things, you cannot face a wave and be bold. You have to be brave in your decisions, brave in the front that you are going to face your apprehension with the willpower. I will put that thing as bravery, and not bravery as bravery, because we don't require heroes out at sea. We only require normal people, because heroes only comes back in coffins. You don't need that. You need people, working, able people who are not heroic but diligent. Let's say that.
Okay, sir, understood. So now Cadet Shivansh Tejasvi has a question. Shivansh, if you could please switch on your mic and ask.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Shivansh.
Sir, first of all, before my question, would you mind if I just point out something regarding the dirty boiler thing?
Okay.
Sir, see, you see, we have been fortunate enough to attend on-hand training in both IND as well as MDL, even during this pandemic. And during our training, there were times when our boilers got sludge smeared, or there was lubricating oil on it. Sometimes there was even paint on it. And to be very frank, sir, the sense of pride that we got roaming around in those boilers, showing them to our batchmates who were in rather cleaner boilers, was nothing less than terrific, sir. Maybe it was a result of our training, but yes, the sense of pride was terrific, sir.
Absolutely, Shivansh, I agree with you. When I say dirty boiler suit, I do not mean dirty boiler suit in a negative way. I have to keep it in a positive way, because this is the way you learn. It's your job pride. It is something which you should always carry on your shoulders. This is what is going to stay with you. And this is what you should live the life of a sailor as. It could be dirty boiler suit, does not matter. But dirty boiler suit in a positive way, that when you dirty your boiler suit, you are working. Right?
Yes, sir, of course.
Correct.
So now moving on to my question. Sir, as an experienced sailor, there might have been times when your seniors might have been panicking in a situation. Sir, were you able to keep calm in those situations? If yes, then how? And if no, then how were you able to deal with it?
Shivansh, I will just tell you a small thing. I have sailed my entire life on gas carriers.
Yes, sir.
A split-second decision. You carry 16 kg of gas in a cylinder which you burn at home. I'm talking about 100,000 tons, 150,000 tons of gas, liquefied, ready to blow up a complete city. So we are talking about those kind of figures where a split-second decision has to make all the changes. And if you lose your calm, if you lose your control over it, you cannot take that decision, because your decisions are going to get clouded. My suggestion to you,
yes, sir,
when you have situations which is not under your control, the only thing which you have it under your control is yourself, your
yes,
training, your thought process is what you can have under your control. And I'm sure you would have gone through it. And when you go it next time, remember my words. The more calmer you are, losing life or any kind of a major fatality or anything like that. It was not because of this, but it was a decision made out of clarity. Keeping your calm in any situation, not only on board, will help you to see clearly. Does that answer your question, Shivansh?
Yes, sir, very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anything else? No problem. My pleasure. Take care and all the best.
Thank
So,
you.
adding to the Shivansh Tejaswi's question, sir, I'd like to ask you, sir, as you have joined Merchant Navy at a very early age, sir, and definitely at that age, I would say students were very much puzzled about taking which career, about which course to join. But at that time, you were very well prepared to join Merchant Navy, so as a cadet. So, what motivated you, sir? Was there any guidance before, or you have planned something to before joining Merchant Navy, sir?
Akash, I will give you a very honest answer on this. Like anyone else, I was also clueless about stuff. I just finished my 12th. I was holidaying in Mumbai when my cousin told me that there's an exam going on for grade. She didn't know what exams, but the exam going on for Merchant Navy. So instead of wasting time, why don't you go and join there and see something? So there was this exam for Mobil. There was a company of tankers called Mobil London, and they were conducting this exam to take it. Young guys, physics, chemistry, maths was not a problem at all. English was okay. They had a psychology test for 7 days, which was I topped, and I must add to Mr. Singh that I topped because the other was more tougher than me, not that I was smarter. Okay. So I got this opportunity, and it was a new field. At the same time, I was selected in IIT Kanpur. So I had a decision. I come from a family of engineers. My natural inclination was to go and join engineering, which my father would have preferred, of course. But I wanted to do something different because this was a field which I wanted to actually pursue, something different. And again, I say the word adventure. The word adventure was the only thing which was mentioned to me by people who were in this field. And I said, why not? And here comes the answer for all your students. The really reason why I joined was I was told that after 3 years, there's going to be no more exams in life. And trust me, that was the biggest lie. Every single day, even today, after this course, I'm doing a course. So I am sitting online studying till now for something which I wanted to escape. So trust me, there was no clarity on that. I just happened to be accidentally here. But then I have no regrets. I'm very happy for what I am doing here. And whatever little I have achieved in this profession, I'm very happy and I'm very satisfied. I can tell you that, Akash.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. So we have the next question. So
Yeah.
would you like to give any advice for the young entrepreneurs who do think coming up with ideas, especially in the shipping industry?
The advice I will give it to the young entrepreneurs is that first you do your sailing part of it. 99% of the Merchant Navy officers, 99 hours.
So we
sorry,
lost
Six
your
of them come. Most lost. Is it okay now?
Yes,
sir,
I'm listening.
yes, sir. But when you started, we missed the entire part, sir. If you can please repeat.
Okay. Let me repeat it. So this is for the young guys who want to be entrepreneurs. So I said 99% of the young merchant navy guys who, after acquiring a certain amount of comfortable funds because the payments are good, I'll tell you why. When you are out at sea, you are cut off from the real world. The real world is a cutthroat world. Hey, you do your stuff and you come to a different world when you come back into it. But not to, let's say, give them a bolt that you cannot be. Whatever you want to be, if you want to be ashore, you should. This was told to me my first captain, so I'm going to tell you the same thing, which I never followed, but I'm going to tell it to you. If you want to quit sailing job, do it by 35. Why I tell you this is because whenever you come ashore, you will be a cadet. You will always have this rigidness in you. The later you go, the more higher you become in rank, you will not be able to do it. So to adjust and to do best is that you do it early. And for the young entrepreneurs, if you keep your CDC as a backup, you can never succeed in life. You cannot sail on two boats. You need to find focus. If you want to be doing something different, you should only consider that and not think of going back to sea as a put your 100% because you already know that. For me, I could never become an entrepreneur as such, and I never had any desires because I know my capabilities. But for the one who are capable, nothing wrong in that. You have the platform, you have the money, experience. Earlier you quit, the better experience you will have at ashore because you have a disconnect with shore. It may not be true now when you have the internet, when you have the Google, when you have everything at your disposal, but it was definitely true in my times when I used to get letters once in a month. So my advice to entrepreneurs is that go ahead, fulfill your dreams, but don't sail on two boats. Destroy your CDC and move on.
Okay, sir. So we take one thing at a time.
Absolutely. That
definitely answers the question, sir. So the next question is that sometimes, regardless of putting a lot of effort, we still fail or fail on doing a task just by or fail on opportunities just by a chance. So what's the most important aspect of one's attitude to tackle this?
So the very fact that you have failed, okay, no issues. The very fact that you have failed, there's something not right. After every task, you should introspect and see what. Again, I say learning is a process which does not end when you finish off from here. It's a process which is going to stay forever. Every day is a learning thing. So if you think that repeated efforts are not leading to something which you desire, change your path, change your track, change your opinion, change the way you think, change your outlook. I'm sure you have to succeed because you have the motive behind it. And when you have a motive to succeed, you will succeed. All you have to look for things which is stopping you, which is hindering you in your growth, or whichever is blocking you. If it is knowledge, acquire one. If it is work, change your strategy. If it is happens to be a combined effort, then maybe you change your partners and see how things work. But you will succeed. You have to succeed. Never back out. Keep trying till you succeed, and you will succeed. Is the end story for every single thing.
Okay, sir. So I'd like to ask the cadets if anyone has any other questions.
Sir, I would like to just divert the topic from the motivational one to the more of the technical one towards the shipping domain, sir. As like, sir, technology is advancing day by day, and definitely you have changed. You have observed very drastic change in the technology, sir. So as like we have heard about the autonomous ships, sir. So in
Right.
your perspective, sir, will it be possible that completely autonomous ships, sir, and whether it be more effective, job effective on deck side or engine side, sir, according to your perspective?
Okay. The ships are they're already being experimented. They're already being done. There are a few sailing ships which are only run by one or two guys with its complete autonomy. Everything is going around. But these are all experimental things. You see, a ship as its ship requires a lot of maintenance, a lot of presence. Even the best of the machinery requires a human interface to at least observe it. Now, let's say the technological part of it. You have engine rooms which are totally UMS today. Not a single guy in the engine room, the machinery is running, everything is going. This was not possible 20 years back, or even 10 years, 20 years back, it was not possible. But today it is possible. It is 100% possible. They are machines, you have a redundant machine, you have redundancy, you have backups, you have things keep on going. But still, to maintain those things, how do you do that? You give it to ashore guys when you come ashore, but you don't have the time. Where used to be 3 or 4 days in ports, now it's hardly 20, 24 hours in port. You can have a replacement, but again, you don't have time to fix the other things. So it is not easy when you say an autonomous ship is going to be a successful venture in terms of employment or in terms of need. You will always need a human element there. It may be reduced. I sailed initially with 55, 56 guys. Doubled up. But people have reduced because we are technologically advanced and it helps. But again, maintenance, day-to-day affairs, it is not handled by machines. Could be possible for a very short voyages, very short term, but ocean going, still far from reality. I can tell you that, still far from reality.
Okay, sir, I think that answers your question.
Definitely, sir. Thank you for the answer. And now I'd like to request Anuj, Cadet Anuj from third year, to kindly switch on your mic and ask your question.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Anuj.
Sir, my question is, as we all know that the Indian officers are considered best in our industry. So,
Mhm.
what makes us stand out apart from all of the others? So, as being a very experienced master, you can answer well. Thank you, sir.
A fantastic question, Anuj. I think we have to ask all the so-called developed nations and these nations and those nations who cannot provide employment because they are developed, they say so, right? They're very expensive, is the realistic answer. But having said that, we are no cheaper. We are good. We are one of the best in the industry is because we have education. We have a very solid education in terms, and apart from education, language. English is a barrier. If the Chinese knows English better than us today, trust me, you will have Chinese all over around. The only drawback is they don't know. Not that they are very good. We are hardworking. Collaborations. We can mix. We have a lot of patience with other culture. We follow orders. We like to do things, and we are intelligent. Now, whatever we were talking about it, our basic intelligence is far superior than most of us. And all these things driven together, and we are available. As of now, if we make ourselves scarce and we are not available, then we are not available for the market. We are available. We have the language. We know what we are talking about. We deliver. We deliver. Wherever you had, I can tell you in Exmar, wherever we had ships which requires attention, which means an upgradation or problems and things like that, Indians were sent over there because their psychic, their mindset, their things, we as general as shippies can fix anything. But on top of that, we have this unique quality. We as Indians can fix anything in the world. And we find these things, what we call, with our experience, knowledge, and of course, innovation. We are very innovative. So I really cannot tell you anything more why. It was initially the Britishers because they were the common, they were the last, they were the first guys again, a very strong maritime nation in terms of our boundaries and such, but we were a very strong maritime nation in terms of providing people, in terms of employing people. From I'm seeing it from 89, 90s when Iranian tankers had the option of getting the best people for the wages they were paying. They always preferred Indians for the knowledge, for the dedication, for the hard work, and of course, as I say, we have a lot of patience with every other culture, so we mix and match well, and that is one reason that we succeed well. Anuj, I see that you are a captain or something on your in your college.
Yes, sir. He is in the parade band, sir, and as well as he is one of the pilots in Guard of Honor, sir.
Oh, perfect. Sounds good. He seems to be off. Does it answer his
Yes, sir.
question? Can you get Sachin Anuj to switch on his mic? Maybe he wants to ask something more.
Anush, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I got the answer very well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anuj, and all the very best. Keep rising, keep doing well. And we are sure that we're going to see
Thank you.
you with these stripes very soon, vertical ones now.
Yes, sir. So we ensure you will take forward this legacy of being the best in the world. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. So the next
Without
question
you.
is from Rohit Sangwan. He's one of the members from our PR team. Rohit, if you would
Okay.
ask the question.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Rohit.
Sir, my question is that sometimes on board senior officers, they give some jobs to the cadets like cleaning the sewage plant and some dirty jobs that one does not like sometimes. Sir, can you please state that what type of attitude we should have at those times?
Rohit Saab, to answer your questions very blindly and very openly and very frankly and without being political, who becomes an officer tomorrow does not know how much time this particular dirty job takes to clean if he has not done by himself. Will he be able to delegate anyone else? Will he be able to time frame him? So most of the time, what we take it as a dirty job is only a part of learning. As I told you, this is the only profession in the world where no one rises to the ranks on top without being wiping the floors, cleaning things, painting, chipping, everything. Why? Because you tomorrow will be in a position to tell your juniors or your cadets that this is a job, it has to be done like this. And if he comes back and tells you that will take 20 hours or 10 hours or 20 hours, you tell him, buddy, I have done it myself. I have done it. I've gone through that thing, so I will need to know it. When you use it, when I was getting these jobs, I was really pissed off. What is this? This is not what I trained for. This is not what I wanted to. This is not what I wanted to do. But then I was told the same thing what I'm telling you today, Rohit sir, that if you don't do it by yourself, you will not be able to learn and you will not be able to delegate. So only profession where you have to go all the jobs by your hand, with your dirty hands, keeping your feelings, your ego, everything aside, keeping everything, whatever you are outside of but someone has to do it. So why not you? And what is wrong? You are an officer on board, yes, but you are an aspiring officer. You are a training officer. So what do you mean by training? What you have to do it. And if you take it with a positive attitude, undoubtedly you will succeed. Is it okay, Rohit sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
My pleasure.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, it's like there are many phases of changes in shipping industry, sir. So, as you have very much noticed in your career, sir. So, would you like to share any distinguishing or any views about the sailors that were in the early 80s or 70s to the sailors now, sir? In terms of their practical knowledge and their experiences, sir, as well as, sir, their adjusting nature, particularly of Indians, sir.
I'm just looking around to give you a very decent answer on that by being very indecent about it. The only difference I see between those sailors and today's sailors is that the bars are empty today. The sailors are more oriented with keeping their stuff in their pocket, whereas the sailors in time when we started off, our education was that you earn to spend, not to keep. So this was the basic general which is still missing. But yes, coming back from what actually it is, today the sailors are driven much with technology. They are more focused, they're more oriented, and they have a safety mindset now. Previously, the sailors would do a job without these paperwork, what we have, without the checklist, without the familiarization, without the pre benefits. You lose a finger, you are useless. You lose a hand, your family is deprived of what they're supposed to be having because you wanted to be careless. But today is not the case. People are very careful now, and which is a very good trend. I urge you guys, whatever is the emergency, make sure that you do not bypass any safety. You make sure that what you do not understand, you consult your seniors and go for it. Do not be a hero because a broken hand or an arm, lost limb is not going to give you employment. It's the end of a dream. So yes, today's sailors are more safety oriented. They're less fun loving. Social things have changed because previously we used to all be together. A lot of drawback, but a lot of plus points that as education, as accidents happen, people are careful and they are more motivated. They're more focused. They don't have a careless attitude. I don't care about anything else, and I can drink and die, and no one cares for me. But it's not the case anymore. So sailors are less in the bar, more at workplace, which is a good sign now.
So if we want to know how to enjoy ourselves, then we should consult the sailors of that time.
You will learn for sure, Akash. Abhidel, you will learn. You don't have to consult anyone. That will be a national training coming.
Yeah, definitely. So if you just give us some insight on how to invest, like you said, that sailors from today's time, they know how to invest their money. So just
You're
give
asking, you're asking the worst guy as far as investment is concerned. But I can tell you from my mistakes, if I had to live back my life again, I will say that whatever you earn, you must invest sensibly at least 10% of what you're earning every month in whatever you want to do. Because this is the only thing which is going to stay with you. All these parameters, all these fancy things, everything is short-lived. But once you leave, at least 10% of what you earn should go into your banks as savings. Wrong example coming from me. I don't follow it, but I would advise, as I say, if I had to live back again, I would have done that. You will earn a lot of money, but if you're useless, if you're careless about that money, it's useless. Trust me on that. So you will not happen. So do that.
Thank you for your advice, sir. Now I'd like to request Cadet Utsav from BTech 4th year. Kindly turn on your mic and you can ask your question, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Utsav.
Sir, my question to you was, as a lot of us will be joining on board and will be starting our career. So my question to you was that one advice you wish you would have known when you were starting your career.
All I can tell you is that have patience. Work regularly, punctually, and do the work what has been given to you with diligence. And this is what I'm going to tell to you because no one told us that. Have patience because there'll be a lot of things which will be going around, not as planned by you, not as thought by you. But have patience, put your head down, have the job pride, and think of your future before you take any nasty decisions or you think of any negative thoughts. Just be positive on everything and things will fall in place. That's the only thing I can tell you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
No problem.
So next question is from Cadet Kaushal Jina from BTech 4th year again. Kaushal, if you would just switch on your mic and ask your question, please.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good. Okay. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can. It's a little distorted, but I can.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so I want to ask you that, so what is that one memorable moment that you would like to share and that changed your perception towards life?
Perception towards life kept on changing with every single contract because you kept on getting so many memorable moments. But yes, one moment where I realized life is really important is when I told you that when we managed to save this German guy who was crying like a baby in the middle of an ocean, where you felt how helpless you are when you have nothing else, you have no one to do, there's ships passing by and no one is going to take care of you, you're all by yourself. That is when it hit me that life is seriously important and we take it so lightly. We take so many things for granted. But if we lose this thing, everything else goes for a kick. Huh? So with the middle of an ocean, practically looking for someone to pick him up and give him a new life. So life itself is memorable only if you have life. So you have to consider it, be safe, be very, very safe. Think of your parents, think of your family when you think of doing something as a shortcut. And for me, that was one turning point way back in 2003 when I started being less casual about life, a little more careful about life, let's say that. Kaushal?
Yes, sir.
You got that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, our next question is that, sir, as we know that you are an expert captain and you have been sailing, you have a very vast experience of sailing in gas carriers, sir. So far, sir, what do you like to say about what was your most hard journey in Merchant Navy, sir? What was the most difficult time during your sailing days, sir? Any of the experiences, sir?
Well, the most difficult times. We took out a brand new gas carrier from Yokohama, Japan. Brand new gas carrier. I was a second mate that time. And we were on a journey to Vancouver across the Pacific. So I went up to the master, very seasoned master, very, very respected master, and told him, sir, there's a storm coming in, we should do. So his question would be, are you a sailor? Then I said, yes. Sheepishly, I will say, yes, sir. Okay, carry on. End of the story. We went close to Aleutian Islands and everything was getting difficult. Things were getting torn apart. We were topsy-turvy. This was a huge 100,000 tonner. empty, of course. So it was catastrophic. And then again went to him, sir, we have these things, we have to make some diversion. So the same questions. Are you a sailor? Yes. Okay. Now things have gone beyond control for everyone. We had lost our lifeboat. We had the Samson post being turned over. We had things flying around. In fact, to a stage where we also smashed the windows on the wind on the bridge. So it was all water everywhere. And then he decided to turn. It took us 4 days to turn that vessel, because the moment you put the wind on the beam, you are going to topple off. So strong. Everyone was living in their boiler, in their jackets with turn the vessel around. It was 4 days of living to the edge of life. 4 days. Imagine everything broken, everything captured. We had nothing at all. I mean, it was lucky that, fortunate that we had a fantastic set of engineers who could keep the vessel running. It was a brand new vessel from a yard. Absolutely. And you could see everything shattered down. Life, you could just go down anytime. Imagine that time. It was a memorable time for me of living on the edge for 4 days, 24/7 on the bridge, doing nothing else, just to say how we can turn, how we can manage to that. And when we finally turned, the captain told to everyone, see, this is what sailors do. You live on the edge. And trust me, I had no idea at that point of time until today what he actually meant by that when he said you are a sailor. Because this is not what a sailor is all about. This is not where you jeopardize your life by knowing the fact that you cannot face the nature, right? Wind and waves are the strongest point, the strongest things on the world. Nature is more powerful than anything. You are like a matchstick. The manufacturer here in the of the ship which was just sailed about 10.
Sir, we lost your connection, it seems.
Is it okay now? Better?
Now we can hear you, sir. But your screen is frozen, but your voice is now okay.
Yeah. Now it's okay?
I think so, sir. I think so. It's better.
Can you hear me?
It's better now, sir.
Sure,
Now your connection is okay, but we couldn't hear at the end what you said.
Hank?
So now it's okay, sir. Now it's okay. So, okay.
Thank you, sir. The last story that you mentioned, it was. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
It's better now?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So the story that you mentioned, it was indeed very scary, and I think your captain must have. I think your captain must have really read that quote, sir, that smooth seas never make a skillful sailor. So he was trying to make his crew tough.
He was trying to see all the young guys what reality of life is and how helpless you are in front of everything what is in front of you. and how to stay calm in the
Sir, I hope time-wise you are okay. Can cadets speak?
situation, how to stay without losing your nerves, how to stay put, how to lead by you cannot, but it support everyone else. You cannot. That's why you're important. Hello.
I guess the network is not on our side today. Where it is really lagging. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So video and your voice is really cracking, sir. We cannot listen.
Yes, I was trying to communicate to Captain Saab because we lost his communication. I'll just confirm with him. Sir, are we audible to you, sir?
Can you hear me?
Now, sir, we can hear you, sir, but we lost the communication and we are not able to hear you from past 2-3 minutes.
No problem. No problem. Okay. So what I want to tell you is time is not a problem. You can keep asking me questions. I'm more than happy to answer.
So fortunately, I think that was the last question. I'd just like to ask the cadets if they have any more questions. They can raise their hands and we'll let them ask.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Utkarsh Jaiswal. Sir, I think Utkarsh Jaiswal has a question. Utkarsh, please switch on your mic and you can ask your question.
Good afternoon, sir. So my question is that,
Good afternoon.
so when we become seniors, and as a seniors, what kind of attitude we should have towards our juniors?
Compassionate, passionate, patience towards your junior, because this is what, if they wouldn't, your seniors would not have been, you would not have been here. So you always have to show some kind of a compassion. You always have to see from a point of view that what you know, they do not know, and you cannot treat them at the same level. So you have to give them some kind of a compassion, some kind of a leeway in their job, in their outlook. So if you relate yourself that you have to teach them well, and you have to show some kind of a passion that and compassion in terms that they do not know as much as you know, so you should not expect that. I think everything is going to be fine, for sure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. And sir, the last question is from Cadet Jason Verghese. He's also a part of our PR team. Jason, if you would like to ask the question, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Jason.
Yes, sir. My question is that from your LBS days, do you have one memorable experience, sir, that you could share with us?
Playing holy in the hostel and dirtying all the walls of the hostel and being kicked out of the hostel and suspended for a month.
Yes.
I will say, literally, we were very notorious. I will say, me and my gang or whatever people, we had a lot of friends with MERI guys at that time, and we fortunately were staying back. We brought color. We started from the canteen with the boys down below, and we went up to the hostel. Right from the top floor, we would throw the water down. So every wall was colorful, which was recently painted. So we were summoned by the principal, and we were giving marching notice, suspended for 1 month from entering the premises. And many incidents like this.
Yes, sir.
So, sir, that was the last question from the cadets. Bani sir, you want to say something?
Negative, you continue.
Okay, sir. Sir, so that was the end of the question and answers round. Now, sir, before I ask Bani sir to give the vote of thanks, we on the behalf of MERI Mumbai would like to present a token of appreciation to you. So, sir, as we all know that the last year has brought us undue challenges and difficulties due to the COVID-19 situation, and basic livelihoods like food, water, and even pure air became a luxury which some of the unfortunate couldn't afford. So in these difficult times, we all feel the need to give something back to the community and contribute to mankind. And since sir, you couldn't be here in the campus in person, we the cadets of MERI Mumbai decided to plant a tree on your behalf and in your honor. So if you would give us the permission, I would just like to show you and show the audience.
Oh, it is going to be an honor. Yeah, absolutely an honor. Please, no need to have a permission. Something
Thank you, sir.
absolutely wonderful.
Thank you, sir. I would request Cadet Adrian Chakma to switch on his camera so that we all can see the tree plantation performed by the cadets.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Adrian.
Sir, we'd like to show you what we have done on behalf of MERI for you, sir. Just a sec, sir.
Thank you so much. Sure.
Sir, this is what we have done. We're planting a mango tree.
Wow.
And sir, these are the guys. So we have done this. We have dug up this hole, and now we're planting the tree, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Absolutely fantastic. Wonderful things.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I will pay a visit to my tree when I'm there. Sure.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Definitely.
you are most welcome. You're most welcome.
I will be there. I will be there. I have to. With the video, the old memories of college became so vibrantly fresh that I was really eager to come back to college and see how things are. Sure. I will take an appointment from you guys when you are there, and then I'll be there.
Definitely, sir. We'll be blessed to welcome you, sir, in our campus.
And sir, the plant will also be waiting for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, let things settle down a little bit as far as travel is concerned, and I should be there. I will be there.
Yes, sir. We hope for that, sir. Family share crisis.
Incidentally, sir, we are the only MTI probably in the country who are having 140 cadets in the campus. I have stuck out my neck, and after taking the NDRF permission, etc., I have kept the campus going. And my final year cadets, BTech, will be passing out on 2nd of July. So they have hardly any time left. I mean, my connections with MDL and Naval Dockyard, we could continue their workshop training in spite of they putting the ban. So the next batch will, the last batch will complete by end of this month, and we have planned their examinations from 26th. So a week's time they will pass out. But sir, it will be always a pleasure to welcome you.
It's wonderful to know that. Thank you so much for keeping this campus and this vibrant feeling alive. I can tell you, Lal, that it requires a lot of efforts. Maybe people are not seeing it. We cannot maintain a small office with 20, 30 people, and here you have a campus, 140 guys and plus staff. That's off to you and your team, sir. And all the very best to these cadets. I was in touch with Shashank, and we will see what best we can do, where we can absorb them, how best we can take, and how many we can take. Or if we cannot, we at least can recommend them to people who are ready to take them. So we will be surely in touch with that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
This is like alma mater for me. Like this is my same place where it is. So it has to come from there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, as we all know, sir, families share crisis. Sharing crisis creates families. And families share rituals. Sharing rituals create families. So let us all come together today to perform this beautiful ritual as we have done. So in order to celebrate the formation of this new but everlasting bond between Exmar Shipmanagement and MERI Mumbai. As we have seen on the background, we have Cadet Adrian Chakma handling the camera. In the frame, we have Rishabh Jain, Shivam Kumar Singh, Aditya Bagyal, Anurag, and we really appreciate your efforts for volunteering for this great cause. Thank you, sir, for being here. And I would like to request everyone, whoever is possible, to switch on their cameras so that we can take a snap of the meeting.
Rohit adjusting his hair.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we could capture this moment.
It's a very special moment for us, sir.
It's for me too. Me too. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Jason, if you would please capture the screenshot.
Who is going to take photograph?
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. It's absolutely wonderful to be here interacting with you guys. And as I say, you are the future, so it's a pleasure interacting. And Mr. Lal and Shashank, thank you for having me here. I really enjoyed the question answer things. Rest everything was part of it. I really enjoyed it.
We should thank you for your time, sir. Thank you for your time, sir.
Not at all, sir. My pleasure, and looking forward to and all the best to each and every cadet of you. And hope MERI grows and IMU grows to much higher heights than what it already has. So I'm sure. Thanks a lot, gentlemen.
Sorry, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. Please continue, sir. You're saying something?
No, sir. I said, have a wonderful career ahead in life. If you want to reach me, Shashank has my contact. You can always reach me. Feel free to drop in a mail or call me up, and I'll be able to address wherever I can and however I can. And it's a promise that we are all of the same field, same batch. So let us be helpful to each other, be courteous to each other, and always looking forward to if we can do anything for you guys anytime.
Thank you, sir, for being here for us. And we have really learned a lot from your experience today. Now, I'd like to request Mr. Shashank Bani, sir, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable time and from your such a busy schedule, and you are able to give us so much of your time and interact with the cadets. And you have guided all the cadets, including us, and about the importance of passion, determination, and continuous learning. And I believe that cadets will take this lesson and will apply into this journey ahead. And I, on behalf of entire campus, is very grateful to you for your time. Also, I'm thankful to our campus director, Rear Admiral Samir Lal sir, and our head of the department, Shri Hare Ram Hare sir, for providing this platform and encouraging the students and faculty to continue this session. Also, I'd like to thank all the cadets and all the faculties who are over here for their time. And the entire effort of PR team, Abdeli, Khadesh, and many more, Akash. So keep doing the good work. Thank you, sir. And we look forward to see you in person as and when the situation improves. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shashank, once again. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Vitel, Akash. And thank you, Hare Ram Hare sir. And all the guys present over here for bearing with me for so long. And enjoy your lunch. And we catch you sometime in person, and let's share something in the bar over there. Right, Akash? Akash is already interested.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Catch you guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So with
Bye-bye.
that, we come to an end of another exciting episode of Hashtag Back to College. Thank you all once again for joining us today, and I hope you all enjoyed it. We will be back with another episode next week. So stay tuned, stay safe, and take care. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.